Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual things or stuff, and so much more. And so much more is partially is this. This is one of those things, or so much more. The other is the star sign readings or astrology readings, depending on based on your star signs and your horoscope signs. Yeah, so I don't know where they're going with that. So I'm just hearing like basics, and this is the second time I've started to do this video, and it's like blah, got all over the place. So anyway, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and welcome to my Facebook channel page if you're watching this on Facebook. So basically what I'm doing here is the reading for the sign of Libra for March 2020. And I'm starting off with these different cards today. Well, not different cards, but I'm starting off differently for use today with the Archangel Michael set of cards. And it was interesting because I was doing started to do your video before this one, and things just kind of like it's slowed down, start up. So there's a sense of, it gave me the feeling of the sense of making my mind up. And there have been things like, shall I, shan't I? Will I do this or will I do that? But it's not right time. No, the timing doesn't feel quite right, even though I want to like do a bunker and run off from and not do that, and or chuck throw the towel in with this. But it's like what Spirit are talking about is giving your it's not like it's not spitting the dummy. There's something in there for you to learn about just about yourself, actually, and not getting caught up in the emotional attachment of all that is going on. And there seems to be something emotional, and it's like, cutting through the bullshit. What is yours, and what is not yours is somebody else's or something else's, and separating it like between, I'm hearing professionalism. It's like just do your job and that's it, that sort of thing, to some degree. It's taking care of your responsibilities, and that's it. And that's it basically. So, and what I'm hearing within that is like give yourself time to heal. So there may be something that's going on that actually you have not really finished healing for yourself, healing for yourself. And it's come up with this retrograde has come up because you're an air sign like me. And so things have come up. So in looking at this retrograde as an opportunity to see things from another point of view, because that's what it does. It slows, the energy can slow us down or like power us down for a little bit. And so we can observe, how we respond to things when shit comes up or when something comes. Even not when I say shit, I don't mean like neg stuff all the time. It's good stuff too, like good shit as well. So when something comes up and it like pushes your buttons, it makes us look at that. This is what this retrograde is here to look, is to help us to see when things do go wrong or are happening, because it gives us that time to like look at it and how can we change that or how can we not let that happen again, and actually how could we change that. So how could we to like make it into, turn it into something that actually is a positive. So what they're doing is they're making us, when I say they, the Spirit and the universe, the planets lining up and realigning and slowing down and whatnot. It's all an aid to help us to figure out what it is that, on a deeper level, what it is we need to be looking at ourselves so we can move forward or move towards where we're wanting to move towards, or have whatever it is that we put out for come to us and we move towards it as well. So there's a meeting, there's a, what are they calling? There's a meeting place in a balance point, with that one. So I'm just like looking around there. So anyway, that's where they're going. So with that one, so try saying no and see what happens. So for some of you, you already think, oh, you're already saying, I can hear you now, like, oh, well, I know what's going to happen. But it's like, well, when you stick to your guns, so, you know, eventually, yes, you will see something with the consequence, depending on what that is for you, and how you look at it. You just need to maybe ride that out and ride it out, find a way to move around it, maneuver around it, or flow through it. And I'm hearing like, this is about you learning to say no and not allowing yourself to be caught up in other people's stuff or other stuff that's not actually none of your business in the first place. It's just like sometimes we have to let people fall and let people go, and then they, you know, and they've got to they can pick themselves up, because it's like I feel like some of you, not all of you, are a little bit exhausted from that, from allowing yourself to go to places in your heart, in your solar plexus, you know, and your energy to go somewhere where it's not actually either needed, or in the sense that superficially you might be thinking, well, they maybe, you know, thinking you maybe needed to go there, but deep down it's probably that you haven't really needed to, because, you know, situations sometimes need to unfold in the way they need to unfold. So we have to let go of control, of controlling the outcome to where we want it to be, or where we think it should be, or where somebody else thinks it should be. It's like, oh, well, you know what? If it's, you know, if you're rowing up the creek and I was going to say the tide, and the flow is like really hard to work against, and sometimes it's just like going with the flow of it, and finding another route to get to solve it, you know, or like just letting it totally go. It's about knowing when to quit something, knowing when to hold on to something and wait, and knowing when to just, you know, go with that flow. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's about going with the flow, either which one you choose. Come to think of it, yeah, that's what they're saying. So anyway, so this one here is feel the love and do it anyway. So feel the love and do it anyway is talking about you, yourself, for you. Do what it is for you, whether that is, you know, packing your bags and going on a trip. You know, depending on where that trip is, I don't know. It could be down the road to a motel. It could be down, just go up to, you know, another town. Whatever it is, could be overseas. There seems to be like some of you might have got yourself in a rut, and maybe overthinking things. And I do feel like there's something about, you know, letting people take care of their own business at the end of the day, and just doing what you can do. And that's it. So the first card out is strength. You know, the major arcana there is inner strength, inner courage and strength. And I do feel like, and that's about, you know, letting go of some things that are around you. It could be work, could be business, could be friendships. It could be, you know, family members that, you know, that there's some sort of change that's coming up that that's really for you. I mean, for ourselves, it's always in our control what that change looks like, and when we choose to do it or not. So this is about you, and what you need to do for you. And because the next card out is like, you know, the Fool, and the Fool is about, you know, is about taking a risk, basically, and not necessarily even a risk. It's taking a risk, depending on how you see it. It's taking a step forward into a beginning without knowing. It's going into the unknown. It's just like, you know, taking that leap of faith is actually what I really want to say. But yes, some of you will see it, oh, that's a risk. It's like, yeah, and yes, it could be. But it's like getting yourself into that space, and see like this courage there. You know, there's something about that. They've both got the sun. And like for me, for some of you, I'm hearing father figure coming through. Father figure, because yeah, for me, like with art therapy, when I'm working with art and therapeutically, it's the sun has got to do with a father energy, father figure, like, or male energy, that probably either in spirit or living, energetically is around you. Interesting. So, and see with the, you know, with the Fool card, there's a butterfly in there, and it's just floating away there, and like, and butterflies for me, about freedom. And so then we get to this, that Five of Cups has fallen out, and that's about, the theme with the Five of Cups is about, cups is around about emotions and feelings. So there's something that's going on, and you may be feeling it. So the theme of that is regret and sorrow. So it may be that there's something that you may be feeling that you, that you may regret making a move, but I do feel like there's the Six of One and half a dozen of the other there, where it may be that it's, you're feeling, either way, if you don't do whatever it is that you're wanting to do or take steps towards it, because what I'm hearing is like, figuring out a plan, making out a plan. It may be just like taking steps towards making whatever it is happen. Because it's by taking action or taking steps to help create it, to make it happen, or you'll get to where you're looking or wanting to venture toward, or to bring to you. So interesting, because like for next, this is like there's a lot of really like when I say like high energy, high vibrational energy that's around, it's like really encouraging you to move forward, because now we have, and you may be thinking, what the hell is that? How am I going to be achieving that? But somehow, somewhere along the line, there's a gift or financial opportunities coming through, because we have the Ace of Pentacles. So something was going to pop up, where you will feel like you're more able to like step into this new way of being, this new place, this new you, whatever it is. This could be a new business, could be going into business, could be like a whole new career that you're looking at moving out, could be something that, an inheritance that comes through and that opens the door to the way, financially for you to be, feel like you're secure, and with that. So it's interesting, because now the Six of Swords comes out, and it's a moving away from strife. So, and when we make a decision and we start to move, things unfold. Things unfold, and we get to be, we get to see and feel and know that actually the universe has got our back, and we have got our own back. Our intuition is there, and we have got our own back by listening to what it is that we're meant to be doing. And yet it can be quite scary, and when we're taking that leap of faith at times. But then, by taking that leap of faith can be it also just as equally empowering for you, in taking whatever step forward or step in whatever direction that you've chosen, or you're going to choose to go down, or you want to choose to go down. But see, this move away from strife, the Six of Swords, they're all in this boat. The three of them, and there's 6 swords in there, of course, but there's the emotions. There's something it's like you'll go through something next month, and you'll see all this starting to come as you're processing through it with these opportunities. And I feel like you'll have no option but to see that actually this is something that I need to do, or I need to work towards, or work towards seriously, giving more time to what it is that you need to do to make your next, with your project or your journey, and then this next journey or phase that you're going through. So that's pretty cool. So the emotions, they're a little bit choppy there, but I mean, you're not getting tipped out of the boat. So, and that's the main thing. So there's that decision making that's coming up for you. And if you make the decision, whichever way, when you make your decision, it's still going to be a little bit, what's that word? A little bit scary, but it's, and been there, done that one for me many times. And this is what they're saying with you: been there, done that one before. This is just another time. And how did it pan out? That's what they want you to ask yourself. And it's like, and you found a way to figure it out to keep that momentum going, or that movement going between the two. But now it's like, I feel like you've actually got to a point now where you're highly likely, or more closer to becoming more confident in you know, taking more certain steps towards, you know, into or towards in a direction where you, you know, you've been thinking about going for some time. So now we have the Seven of Pentacles, and it's the need to decide. So there's a need to decide as to what you're going to do or want to do in your life, with this life path or this journey where you feel like you want to go down. There's then these two cards here fell down, which is interesting. It's the Ten of Wands and the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is about, you know, accepting the limits of both defeat and victory. So there's something that you will, I feel like it'll balance out. It'll balance out, because I want to put it with the Seven of Pentacles down here to the side. But there's like with that decision that you're making, or as well, it's like you'll feel like there's a sense of empowerment, and it's neither victory or defeat. Someone might feel like that's around you may feel like they've been defeated and you've won, but on saying that, you know, this is about you being humble about that whole thing as well, because there's a certain part of, you know, it's like, well, you know, of us at times that we just want to, you know, like we'll take that, but it's like take that in a loving way. It's like, yes, well, I've got what I wanted, I've got what I needed, and this is, you know, and unfortunately, it means like it's like a give and a take, or a defeat and a victory, on depending on which side you are. I feel like you'd be more like on a victory side of things, but you may see it as a defeat in some ways because of some things that you've had to let go of, or people you've had to let go of. In a sense, but it's actually that will turn around, as Spirit is saying. But it's been about humble about the whole situation. Okay, it's not to buy into that defeat energy of being, you know, as well, but also the egotistical side of come out in that sense. So being humble, but I do feel like there's some sort of balance in there, and when you make that decision, or making that decision. As you're making that decision, yeah, that's like that Five of Swords is like, yeah, you'll be seeing it like, you may be seeing it, some of you, as, you know, six of one, half a dozen of the other. It doesn't really matter which way you go. There's still something, you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So it's like, what have I got to lose? Because here is the oppressive burdens that have been like carried away. So number 10, you know, and it's number 10, the 10 of Wands. So it's like you've, like whatever these thoughts and these ideas of what you thought might happen, you know, it's like there's that burden. You've made a decision, or you'll make a decision either way, but you can, like, that burden will be lifted. That's pretty much what I feel like they're saying to you there, this is about making a decision either way. So you'll figure out, so you can move forward in a direction, whatever direction that is. You're moving towards something. However, you know, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, whatever decision you make, we make, or you make. When I say me, it's kind of like I get into that energy because I'm an empath, so I'd start talking like I am the star sign, like I am into that energy. So that's what I mean when I say we. It's about, you know, you're letting go of those burdens because you've made a decision, and like you may end up making another one, and that decision may, you know, to take you to another direction and add to it, to show you more direction and give you more closure, or what do they call it, direction, and that sort of thing. And then you make another decision about, you know, from that decision. So that's what Spirit is saying. You know, they're always going to make a decision. It doesn't matter which one we make at the end of the day, to just, okay, because I'm hearing like, yes, sometimes it does matter, but yes, it does. But then, depending on what you're doing, it doesn't matter, because like in this case, I feel like for some of you, it is, you know, like I say, it's a double-edged sword there. So really, you just make a decision, basically, because it's about, you know, testing the waters, trying it out, and if whatever it is, you change your mind, then it's like, well, you could make another decision, is what they're trying to say. Okay. And no matter what decision we make, there's going to be a consequence, whether whether we stay or whether we go, or whether we go in this direction or that direction. You know, at the end of the day, there's room to make another decision, whatever that is. So temperance, so that is about balance, and it's upside down. But I'm going to turn it up the correct way. So upside down, upside down temperance card. So there may be some sort of resistance coming from somewhere. Balance, temperance is about balance and cooperation, sharing and balance in that sense. So, and interesting, I said testing the waters. I just noticed that she's dipped her feet in the water and testing that out, which way I should go. So there's some sort of cooperation or collaboration there as to making that decision as to which way you're going to go. But there's a rainbow at the back too, and this angel's got rainbow energy wings, and there's a rainbow at the back. So in some ways it's like, this is why they're talking about, like that balance and things. So maybe that you not like throw yourself right into it. It's like, don't throw in your day job or something like that, or your night job, whatever, but it's like building your way towards it. But maybe the first step is just like making a jolly decision and getting some things like seriously into place, like committing to yourself to working towards your exit. Working towards your exit from one and creating like the entry into the new. Yahoo! But there's definitely a leap of faith that's coming up for you. But you're needing to take some courageous, have that strength and courage to get through it. And I feel like that is, basically like standing up to people, but saying your piece. But the trick is like when saying your piece and standing up to people, kind of, it's like, well, that's you, that's yourself. This is a commitment to you, basically. Okay. Secrets revealed, mysteries uncovered is like the theme of the High Priestess. And there's initial completion of work, the Three of Pentacles, So you may be starting to look into that now, or you may start to look into that in the mid-March, but then that is under the High Priestess. So within that initial completion of work, it's like that's where the research comes, where I see that, being more coming, where these mysteries and secrets revealed is that, the information that you need to get moving, to suss out how you're going to exit or exit where you're going to go, as you move forward, or move towards what it is, like taking that leap of faith. Awesome. So there's a lot of amazing, pumping energy there to, feel the vibes of the energy around with the moon energy. Really utilize it. This is about getting yourself moving. This is about you looking at committing to something for yourself, whether it being a project as in yourself, being, with your spirituality, with your physical body, with your diet, whatever, with learning new things, about, whatever, going to a night school or starting uni or whatever, or doing, a night class, whatever it is. The study doesn't necessarily mean that we go to university or Wintec or whatever it is, or college, or something like that. It could be something that's self-study, that you read a book, about a particular subject that will help you within your business and give you that, a bit more insight as to where you could go, and how you could do it, So, but I do feel it, and and building on that, that courage and that strength, like positive affirmations and imaginations of where you can go. In releasing other bits and pieces that, limiting beliefs and things to help you move through some patterns. So for some of you, even that could be the leap of faith, and going into that, just discovering all that stuff, could be the leap of faith that you need to take as far as, movement towards that, looking deeper into your spiritual awareness and your personal awareness of yourself. So I've just been drawn to shuffle these cards and pull a draw card out of here for you before we wind up, because it's just like short and sharp, but it also with so much energy. And moving forward for next month, for the month of March 2020, that's really pretty cool. A lot of amazing, beautiful energy there. So we're just waiting here now to see what comes up. So selenite, okay, I've been drawn to selenite. It's a really nice crystal to help clear some energy. Remember, selenite is a self-cleaning, one of the many, I don't want to say many, I think it's about 5 or 6, maybe 7, okay, we're here at 7 crystals in here that are self-cleaning. So, yeah, and this, one of these, unfortunately, you cannot put these in water, so because they are water soluble. So endearment, okay, there's a koala. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it gorgeous? So there's a sense of like they're drawn to the alchemical sign at the bottom there, the triangle, and it's red, and it's so for me that's about earthing or grounding yourself as you're moving through. Even more so next month, move to keep yourself grounded, so you're staying within, within your body, within your mind, so you can be grounded and to sort things out and not, run away and escape. Okay. So number endearment there, so they're talking about you being more endearing to yourself in the situation, and that that's where you are with making this decisions in this time of your life. So it's number 19 it's number 19 in the deck of cards. So number 1 is obviously about new beginnings. So there's something about you, and it feels like if it's number 1's there, you've made a decision, but you haven't actually crossed the threshold. So there's number 1 is like moving into that now as new beginnings are appearing before you, should you choose to take that mission or take that course or take that path to make that decision. But also number 9, so something which is, there's something coming to an end or a finalization with 9. So then we get to the 10 or the 0, which folds over into the 1. So there's that total. So you're nearly there with whatever it is that you processing to take you there. So there's some sort of finalization going into the new. Wow. Wow. So it's being kind to yourself as you're going through this process. And, some people like, there's some, you're going to be maybe feeling, I'm hearing that you're going to be feeling and hearing some people be like, oh, why are you doing that? Why should you do that? Da, 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 da. And maybe trying to put you off from going in a certain direction. And it's like, well, not so much justifying it for them, but it's like knowing this is justifying it for yourself in a way. But it's we're not feeling like you have to justify yourself, because this is like there's 3 things going on in there, 3 or 4 things going with that word justification, and there's a phase that you're going to go through where you may feel like you need to justify yourself for what you're doing, because for some people it's like left field, and for some of you it's not going to be that far out, or to others. But because they could see it coming or whatever it is. But for you, it's about and you will probably just try and justify it for yourself, and that's okay, because sometimes we need to go there to figure it out. Actually, is this the way I'm meant to be doing it? And letting things unfold from there. And then you get to a point where actually, no, I don't need to justify myself, because you fully truly believe and have faith, and you know that you're not doing it for anyone else but yourself. That's what they're talking about there, is like a process and something like that. Phew, there's a lot of energy in there. Wow, and it's so freaking exciting. I'm so excited for you, because I've been there, done that, and it's like when you get to it, and it may not be straight away that you do this, but I do feel like this next month is a really good time to take more steps towards creating, moving in a direction where you are really like feeling like is right for you anyway. And like I said, that could be like with relationships, with career, with business, with a marriage, or whatever, It could be just the fact that you're moving house or property, or you're collaborating, coming into a business or going out or relationship. So whatever it is, it's like this story is your story. So that your story is your story. So whether this fits for you, like I say, it's like just if it resonates with you, wonderful. If it doesn't, do not try and make it fit. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. You have an amazing, wonderful month of March. So exciting. And remember, if you want any more clarification, go a little bit deeper with this. It's like just give me, and you'd like to get a little bit more information. So you have to find myself repeating myself again. So there may be something like repeating that this what it's time to let go or to move in one way or another, or like even going to the next phase. So they just keep reiterating that. So like I say, if you want to go a little bit deeper and find out a little bit more, just make contact with me through my FB inbox, or my email addresses in both either YouTube box below with my contact details, and or on my Facebook page in the box above. Anyway, okay, that's it. Bye bye for now, and have a wonderful March and the rest of February.